There's never been a worse time.
Problem.
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 There's never been a worse time. There's never been a worse time.
There's never been a better time. A better time to have a problem. To be stuck. To be overwhelmed. To be impatient. To be out of ideas or out of your depth. Out of breath. There's never been a better time to have a medical condition. Just look at the research being done. To have no qualifications, no resources. To not understand, feel insignificant. To feel restless. Right now, there really has never been a better time.
Okay, folks, welcome to the stream. And each day we go live at 2 p.m. CET for around an hour just to chat through all of the latest news from a AI point of view, mainly focused on products and labs, etc., etc. And we've got a bunch to cover as always. But that video is pretty cool. That's the new video from Claude. They've just kind of done a bit of a rebrand with their new tagline, keep thinking. So I thought I'd kick things off with that video. It's pretty sweet. Let's get straight into it. We have a bunch of stories to share, so we're going to rip through them one by one. First of all, we have Notion 3.0 with agents is out today. It's the first knowledge work agent in the world, apparently. This is from Ivan, the founder of Notion. Let's run through it together. It works with Notion databases. It can do multi-step actions and autonomous work up to 20 minutes and a brand new memory system using Notion pages and databases. With 3.0, Notion just isn't your tool. It's your teammate that works while you sleep. Now, there's two types of agents. There's a personal agent that can do anything you can do in Notion. It remembers and learns your preferences at work, has a little personality like accessories. Let me just switch to this post. Here we go. This is what I was reading here. And the custom agents, spin up a small team, hand them repetitive stuff. They work while you sleep. And Notion agents work across Notion Calendar, Notion Mail, plus NCP and more. And it's available today. Try it. Tell us what you're missing. We'll keep shipping so you can focus on your life's work. Okay. I'm just going to switch this source and we'll see if we can hear this video because it's got some other good snippets that we can talk about. There you go.
Oh, wow, man, we tried to build this thing for 3 times. It finally worked. Hi, everyone. We have a big one for you today. We are announcing Notion 3.0 with agents. We have completely rebuilt our AI product from the ground up. Now it's the most advanced knowledge work agent in the world. You can do multi-step action up to 20 minutes at a time, even autonomously in the background. There are 2 types of agent that comes in Notion 3.0. First, we give everyone a personal agent. You can think of it as a complete upgrade of Notion AI. Now it can do anything you can do in Notion. You can just watch it cook. It's really, really cool. Your personal agent also comes with a state-of-the-art memory system that knows how to use your Notion pages and databases and can learn your preference automatically. You can even give it accessories or personality to make it fun. Second, we're introducing custom agents. It lets you create a team of agents and delegate repetitive work for them, like answering repetitive Slack messages for you, automatically filing the task to the right tracker, or pulling a research report every Monday. On the personal side, you can use custom agent for things like exercise log, meal planning, pretty much anything repetitive you can delegate to your custom agent. You can build as many custom agents as you want, configure them with the right permission, tools, and instructions. Each one is like a little trusted partner for you and your team that never gets tired. So what makes this Notion 3.0 is evolving from being a tool that helps you do the work to actually do work for you. Instead of being your notes app, Notion 3.0 can take notes for you. Instead of being your knowledge base, Notion 3.0 can give you the answer on demand. Instead of being your task tracker, Notion 3.0 can actually do tasks end to end. And it works with Notion Calendar, Notion Mail, MCP, and a dozen other tools that Notion AI connects to. Notion 3.0 with Agent is rolling out to all of you starting today. We think this is the best Notion yet, and I can't wait to see what you build with it.
All right, you gotta tell us, how did you customize your agent?
Mine is the duck. Look, this is my duck.
Okay, so I'm actually not a big Notion user personally, but I know obviously a lot of people are. It's an absolutely huge company now, and agents were kind of inevitable here. I think we might have a full announcement, which is like a full rollout video. Let me just see if I can switch to this video. Bear with me, try and find it. It's here. Okay, so here is the official like announcement video, and then we'll chat through the features. Okay, that's the official launch video from Notion Agents. They actually just rolled out Notion AI not too long ago, which was adding a bunch of AI features, obviously, into Notion to let you do knowledge work faster and more effectively. But yeah, they're broadening this out with Notion Agents. It's going to be interesting to see like how much this actually takes away from the people using Notion to be more productive, or eventually this all just gets handed off to agents and then there might be no need. But yeah, it's good to see they're going through the agent route. They seem pretty good. There's a comment here. I just need to change screen again if there's no volume. Let's go back to the window. Okay, so this is pretty epic, says George. For $20 per user per month, you can have enterprise search connected to your linear, Slack, etc. Record your meetings and transcribe them. You can launch agents, and you can also have research modes. It's such a startup killer and such a steal at this user pricing until they have to add credit-based pricing on top, like Reddit or Lovable had to do. So yeah, and there's an extra, I think this is an extra, I guess, agents. There's an extra bump up in price. I don't think they actually mentioned it here. Let me see. But if it's going to be another $20 per month per user for agents, maybe, or is that included all in one? Agent is included there. Okay, so it looks like you need a business plan because AI is included in Plus. But business, yeah, 20 euros per member per month, and you get that. It's pretty reasonable, I guess. Notion's a pretty big product now with Notion Mail, Notion AI, Notion Agents, Notion Calendar. I wonder if they're gonna ever stop bringing all the features in, or is it going to be aiming to be like the final piece of software. I am not quite sure. Let me just share my screen again. Not sure why that cut out. Just having some streaming teething issues here, folks. But yeah, that's Notion. That was Notion agents and Notion AI. Next up, we have Luma. Luma AI just released the world's first, apparently, reasoning video model. This is first to generate studio-grade HDR, now with all new draft mode for rapid iteration and creative workflows and state-of-the-art physics and consistency. Available now for free inside of Dream Machine. So this is kind of one of the companies leading the way in high-end AI video generation. We've got another launch video here, which we can play, but I think you're going to be quite surprised with this one. It's pretty good. This one. Okay, let's play this.
When you close your eyes, what do you see? When we talk about reality, how do you know what is real? Or what is simply your imagination? Now open your eyes.
That's Ray 3 from Luma AI. I think you'll agree with me. That's pretty insane. And if you showed that to somebody now who didn't have any concept of the journey between Will Smith eating spaghetti to this video here from a couple of years ago or a few years ago, they would have no idea that this would be created completely with AI. They've got this thing. This is an important note too. Draft mode for rapid iteration in creative workflows. There's a thing where videos take a lot of time to re-render, but apparently this is a lot faster, and it offers a few new features too. Offers production ready fidelity, not infidelity, that'd be ridiculous. High octane motion, preserved anatomy, physics simulations, world exploration, complex crowds, interactive lighting, caustics, motion blur, photorealism, and detail nuance, delivering visuals ready for high-end creative production pipelines. I don't know if you can, if this has got sound or not. I don't think it does. Reasoning enables Ray 3 to understand nuanced directions, think in visuals and language tokens, and judge its generations to give you reliably better results. With Ray 3, you can create more complex scenes, intricate multi-step motion, and do it all faster. So you can see in this demo showing you how it works. Let's go back. We've got a draft. It's observing the scene, generating the first attempt, and then it will take you through how you can take that draft from the first one, like kind of reprompting. She should not hold two phones. Camera did not look down either. Let's try again. Okay, nice. Again, there's looping feedback. Generating the third attempt. Looks good. Upscaling. Okay. So that's the reasoning. With reasoning, Ray 3 can interpret visual annotations, enabling creatives to now draw or scribble on images to direct performance, blocking and camera movement, refine motion, objects, and composition for precise visual controls, all without prompting. So just a little sketch or some words, and it will interpret that with what you want. That's cool, man. That's cool. Draft mode is a new way to iterate video ideas fast, explore ideas in a state of flow, and get to your perfect shot with Ray 3's new Hi-Fi Diffusion Pass. Master your best shots into production-ready, high-fidelity 4K HDR footage, 5x cheaper, 5x faster, and 100x more fun. But yeah, this 4K HDR thing is epic. Before, you'd have to go through these third-party upscalers, etc., but now they've got it built in. Ray 3's native HDR delivers studio-grade fidelity. It generates video in 10, 12, and 16-bit high dynamic range with details in shadows and highlights in vivid color. Convert SDR to HDR, export EXR, no idea what that is, for seamless integration and unprecedented control in post-production workflows. I don't think we've actually got... yeah, we haven't got any sound included in these videos. I was just checking. Finally, you can go to lumilabs.ai/Ray3 and you can try it today for free inside of Dream Machine. So this is the website. We have to change the screen again. The reason why I have to keep changing screen is because if I'm sharing a window with lots of tabs, I can't get the volume on videos. So that's why I have to keep going back and forth. But yeah, look at some of the videos this is creating. This was great. This is a great scene. So yeah, this is it. This is just all the things that we talked about: annotation, draft mode, hi-fi, reasoning, chain of thought, visual annotation, HDR, etc. So yeah, give it a try if you're a creative. I think you'll be pleasantly surprised with how good it is now. Next up, we've got another product release from Hunyuan. Hunyuan, if I'm butchering that, I'm sorry. It's from Tencent. The 3D Studio is now live. The AI-powered 3D creation for professionals, slashing workflows from days to minutes. Again, we've got another video here we can watch in a sec. Key features: Texture 3D, generate controllable geometry, multi-view, multi-style, pose box, BB box control. Don't know what's going on with my screen share today. Sorry, folks. Let me just go with this comment tab. Just stop sharing. Okay, here we go. 1min UV unwrap, auto part split, break models into 50 plus editable components, hats, clothes, etc. 1min UV unwrap, AI-driven professional grade UVs, no more manual fixes. This is all lingo. I've got absolutely no idea what it means, but I think it's technical speak for creating 3D stuff, pretty much. Auto rigging, PBR textures, quickly rig various characters with specialized motion templates and human models. 3D Studio is built to empower game developers, animators, and designers to create faster and faster, faster and smarter. So this is going to be great for the creative game design, etc. Let's have a look at the video and see it in action. That is cool. Again, looks really high end. I think before there were tools like this that were doing it and they came out okay, but the argument always was that they weren't ready for production. They weren't production grade. So it looks like this is another step towards that direction. I don't think I'm qualified to actually judge if they are video game quality. So if you're a games designer or developer or creator and you know about this stuff, reach out. I'd love to actually know and see the bar of quality to see if they're actually up to scratch yet or if they still got some way to go. But either way, it looks pretty cool to me. That's pretty good. Okay, this is a simple tool we found today. I think it's only testing in the US, but Google has a simple tool that allows people to use AI to map out their career potential. Honestly, you can get a lot with this from prompting, but that's something Google gets right. They know prompting is annoying and UI design is an unlock. If you're one of those multi-career people who went from being a waiter to a botanist to an opera singer to a supply chain manager, I think you'll get a kick out of it. It's called Career Dreamer. Let's have a look at how it works. So you can input what you're doing. Pick your skills. Comes up with your career identity, which you can then change. Let me just pause this. I don't know why it keeps dropping out. Okay, here we go. Basically describe a career that interests you and what you want to do. And it comes up with a bunch of routes for you. Oh, that's cool. Okay, I think, yeah, like you said in the tweet, I think people have done this in other ways, but I think there's obviously Google will do a good job. So try it out. I think it's here, grow.google/career dreamer/home. Pretty certain I can't access it because I'm in the EU. We don't get anything over here. But yeah, if you're in the United States, give it a shot. Next, another small update. Perplexity is working on a server-side Comet agent. This means you'll be able to run your browser sessions remotely and operate your agents running in the background. So if you ever used Comet, it's a new Perplexity-powered or Perplexity browser. It's built by Perplexity, and it has an inbuilt assistant on the side. I'm using it here, and what you can do is a bunch of stuff. You can either pop open an assistant, and it can help you do stuff on your browser, research, summarize, etc. It's got a voice assistant too, which you can pop open here, which you can talk to about the site, and then another button to help summarize the web page. You also have things like shortcuts, which you can create too. And then say, tell me about this page. But the idea here that it's going to be server-side soon, or working on a server-side Comet, which will let you run browser sessions remotely, operate agents in the background, access mission control to manage and automate advanced agent tasks remotely, and all the good stuff that you can do inside the browser. So I thought that was pretty cool. Next, Meta is approaching media companies about AI content licensing deals. This overture marks a shift in the Facebook parents' relationships with news outlets and other publishers. We've covered this for a couple of days, not this particular one, but Anthropic paid out $1.5 billion in a deal with publishers. And I think it's a well-known fact that all LLMs were trained on the internet, which then scoops up all information that hasn't been properly attributed or paid for, etc. And there's an argument on both sides whether it's fair game, if it's publicly accessible, if it's not, or which side different pieces or different types of content falls. But looks like Meta holding discussions to actually sort out this argument with some key media companies, including Axel Springer, Fox Corp, and News Corp, about licensing their articles for use in its artificial intelligence tools. Now, there is one thing about this which I think is probably worth keeping in mind, is that a lot of people, I'm not going to say specific journalists, but a lot of people will be using AI to write their articles. So let's say from this point onwards, there's going to be a large percentage of articles being written using or assisted with AI by writers, unless they're strictly against using AI for writing articles. So, and then Meta are going to pay potentially to access that as training data when it could even be their models producing the article in the first place. So I don't know. I think with the AI content production farms, etc., we're going to see a large percentage of all content has been written with AI. So paying to train back on that, not sure how long that's going to be in place for. But in the meantime, Meta are holding discussions, let's say. Okay, interesting one. This is a clip from a conversation where Dario, the CEO of Anthropic, was asked what probability he would give that AI ends in disaster. And he replied, I don't know why I'm laughing. I think there's a 25% chance that things go really, really badly. That's quite a it's quite a large percentage. So that's called a PDOOM percentage. So he's putting his PDOOM here at 25%. Let's scroll down and see if there's no replies to that, but maybe we can watch this clip and just see exactly what he said word for word.
You're playing with fire when the people building it have a score called the PDOOM, which is the percentage chance that this ends in disaster. What's your PDOOM number?
Yeah, I really hate that term.
I know.
It's
but
like,
it's a good question for Blink Reaction.
I definitely think between the autonomous danger of the model and kind of ending up on the bad side of some national security trade-offs and a kind of job thing that kind of goes in a very bad direction. I don't know. I'm relatively an optimist, so I think there's a 25% chance that things go really, really badly, and a 75% chance that things go really, really well with not much space, not much space
number?
in between.
You're.
So Dario is obviously the CEO of Anthropic with Claude models, etc., which are probably the second, number 2 in the rankings, I guess. Second to OpenAI or XAI, whoever you want to rank them, but he's up there, okay? And he's saying he's an optimist, and he thinks there's a 25% chance things can go very, very badly. So that's quite high if that's an optimistic point of view. So there's been actually another follow-up to this from a popular account. But I think, that's actually quite a high number, in my opinion. So this is from AI Safety Memes, and it's our AI not kill everyoneism memes. Okay, here's his reaction to that clip. Dario says Claude is now writing 70 to 90% of the code at Anthropic. He was mocked for predicting this 6 months ago. AIs went from writing 0 to most of the code in a few years. Fast takeoff. Right now is not the time where the takeoff looks like the most rapid. Sorry, right now is the time where the takeoff looks the most rapid to insiders. We don't program anymore. We just yell at Codex agents. If you don't know what Codex is, it's the OpenAI agent or the coding agent from OpenAI, where you can just ask it to do stuff and it will go off and do it and then come back to you when it needs assistance. But may look slow to everybody else as the general chatbot medium saturates. He's an OpenAI researcher. Dario also predicts ASI. I'm going to sort out my screen sharing, Sab. I don't know why this keeps bugging out. Darrow also breaks ASI in the next few years and has a PDOOM of 25%. Darrow has one of the strongest track records of AI forecasting of anyone on Earth. Yes, this is even more evidence the dangerous recursive self-improvement process has begun. By the way, you can't actually falsify a fast takeoff. You just update the probabilities as new evidence emerges. So yeah, general feeling that that number is quite high and it's moving faster than anyone thinks, according to researcher from OpenAI and Darrow himself, an optimistic view at a 75% chance of good and a 25% chance of doom. Anything else? Yeah. Okay. That's that. Okay. Next, we have a new release from Veed. We have a release from Veed says introducing AI generated transitions. These are so dope. Let me know if you'd like to test. This is Sam, who is the CPO of Veed Studio. Let me just go back. I think we've got some audio on this one too. Yep, and we can see some AI transitions in action. So if you're a video creator or content person, this might be for you. If you haven't used Veed before, Veed's like an all-in-one cloud video editing, content production studio, and they're very good. They've got a bunch of good features, and now they're adding AI transitions. Let's watch this.
You're gonna love this one. These are our AI generated transitions, so we can go from here to here with super sick motion. Or what about this one? I think it's amazing. It can make a simple talking head video just so much more engaging. We're gonna call this product Veed Shapeshifter, and it will be available later this year. But if you want to get early access, let me know in the comments. You're gonna love this one.
Cool. I like it. These again, Veed kind of stacking up the AI features on top of their base product. They had a really good AI powered video editing piece of software. Which can do a bunch of stuff, and they're adding all these AI features on top. This is the Veed site. This is the Veed site. Here we go. So create pro level videos in the blink of an eye. You've got all the features like auto subtitles. You've got brand kits, dubbing, text to video, AI powered clips. So you can create AI or viral AI clips, AI avatars like HeyGen, and then you've got an inbuilt recorder too, which is good if you want to run stuff in the cloud. It's like an all-in-one platform for video creation. You should give it a try. And they actually just released another feature too, which wasn't the reason for this shout out, but they released Veed Fabric 1.0, Make Anything Talk. This is like a lip sync video model, which you can use text over an image and it'll animate the image into a video and it will actually speak for you too. So transform the way you make videos with Veed. That's good. Okay. I think yesterday this is annoying. Okay, yesterday I talked about there's a new product called World Labs, which is here, a spatial intelligence company building large world models to perceive, generate, and interact with the 3D world. Here's a little clip of it. I won't go back into this full thing. But yeah, it generates 3D worlds from a single image or text prompt. And now Peter Levels, if you don't know him, has integrated it into his interior design, his AI-powered interior design tool. So you can not only generate an interior for your room, you basically upload a picture of your room and it redoes the interior for you in a different style. And now you can actually explore that image and walk around it yourself using the tool we just mentioned. So here is the video. You can go outside. Obviously, it's all stitched together. But yeah, you can explore the look and feel. This is what Level said. It's not even 2026 yet, but you can start using AI world models today. This is World Labs running inside of my app, Interior AI, letting you redesign your home with AI and then walk through it. It's really cool and, of course, not perfect, especially since for now it's based on just one image, but multi-image will allow for more precise understanding of the room. It's always this is just the first version, as always, sorry, and it will get better from here. World Labs is founded by, let's have a look, Fei Li, a computer science professor from Stanford, and other people like Justin Johnson, Christoph Lassner, and Ben Mildenhall, and each a world-renowned technologist in computer vision and graphics. The tech essentially comes from image to splat, which is Gaussian splats. If you don't know, it's in beta and waitlist, but I'm trying to get this live for everyone as soon as possible, as it seems like an essential feature of interior design. PS also tried to wordify people's photos for Photo AI, but World Labs for safety right now seems to block it off and make it a black square, maybe in the future. So, as per usual, Peter is rolling out new AI functionality into his tools faster than most people, and this is now bringing in Gaussian splats from World Labs into some tools. But yeah, I recommend giving it a shot. Here's another Gaussian splat, a 3D splat, not a 2D video, being used for large scenes. This is by Martin, who's, I think, a GP. Let me just check on. Yeah, GP at A16Z. And some of the large scenes being generated are really unbelievable. This is a generative 3D splat, not a 2D video. The full scene is likely over 50 million splats. You can see some stitching inconsistencies from the final V2V pass. Also, nice music. So let's actually give this a watch, because I remember this being a really good video too. Here we go. Let's switch on the audio and dive in. Okay, that's pretty damn cool. Now, while that's playing, I just wanted to get a bit of an explainer for what a Gaussian splat is, because it's a bit of AI tech terminology that is quite tricky to understand. So I've got this definition here, explained like I am 5, and I wanted to read it out. It says, okay, imagine you have a paintbrush. Let me just switch the scene a minute. Not that one. Okay, here we go. Imagine you have a paintbrush that doesn't make sharp dots, but instead makes little fuzzy blobs, kind of like when you press a marker down and the ink spreads out in a soft circle. A Gaussian splat is just a fancy name for one of those fuzzy blobs. It's a tongue twister. A fuzzy blob in math and computers. Instead of being a hard dot, it's like a cloud that's brightest in the middle and fades out smoothly towards the edges. People use a lot of these fuzzy blobs together to paint pictures in 3D on a computer, like stacking a bunch of soft bubbles to make a shape. So a Gaussian splat, a soft fuzzy dot that computers use to build up big images. Okay. That explains what a Gaussian splat is. Hopefully it's useful, but yeah, a bit of terminology. We like to learn a little bit on this stream. And then let's move on to the next story today, which is a giant update to Chrome. And it's quite surprised that they haven't done this sooner, but we're rolling out the biggest feature, the biggest upgrade to Chrome in its history, with all new AI features, including Gemini in Chrome, search with AI mode right from the address bar, one-click updates from compromised passwords, plus more safety features. There's a full announcement page here. Go behind the browser with Chrome's new AI features. We've got a video which we can watch. But yeah, this is going to enhance everyone's browsing. And you can see when I pop open this assistant with Comet from Perplexity, I can then get the summary of this web page. I guess this is going to be the same way they're going with Gemini, just with Chrome. They're going to have this built in so you can summarize web pages, take actions. Maybe it's going to end up hooking in their agent platform too. Okay, yeah. So here is the full post. Get ready for agentic browsing. Make better sense of all your tabs. Find web pages you previously visited. So it's got memory and context. I guess it's accessing histories, bookmarks, etc. Work with your favorite Google apps without changing tabs. Let me just close this and zoom in so you can see this a bit better. Here we go. Okay, that's better. Search with AI mode right from Omnibox. You have the option to quickly access Google Search AI mode. Ask questions and learn more about your current page. You can now ask questions about the entire page. You're right on from the Omnibox. Omnibox, the term they're using for this. Chrome can suggest relevant questions based on the context of the page to help you kickstart your search. Okay. Combat more sophisticated scams with Google Nano. We're continuing to expand how we use AI to help you navigate the threats and annoyances of the web. Safe browsing, enhanced protection, already uses Gemini. Okay. And it's going to help with some notifications too. But yeah, let's see if we can, does this video have, yeah, let's watch this one. One sec. Okay. Okay, we won't watch the longer video, but there's a longer explainer video here from Behind the Browser AI Edition. And this is a video with Parissa, VP General Manager in Chrome. So you can give that a listen if you want to dive in. But I don't know, starting today, we're rolling out Gemini in Chrome. So to Mac and Windows desktop users and Windows desktop users in the US with their language set to English. Specific, but I look forward to getting it in the EU next year, probably. Okay. Maybe last product update. GenSpark, which is a general agent, a bit like Manus, very similar to Manus, has released a new AI browser that gives you access to 169 open source models that run locally, automation of browser and workflows, agents on any page, and much more. Okay. Why is this in capitals? Because most of the tools you access will use hosted AI models in the cloud. Whereas if you want to maintain privacy over information, because when you send a query to an AI model, it goes up into the cloud and onto a server somewhere, which is obviously managed through another company. So if you wanted to actually maintain some degree of privacy and you prefer running local models, you can do that now with GenSpark, which is really cool. It's got 109 models apparently. Let me see. You can see it operating here. So this is actually running on device, I think. It's an agentic browser, which this blue is seeing when it's actually operating a browser for you, navigating, completing tasks. And here we go. Let's pause it here. It's got this on-device free AI button, run AI models locally on your device, and lightning fast responses. Complete privacy with zero costs and no internet required. So if you get and download your model locally, you can run this at zero cost, which is big, because if you are used to paying for Claude and OpenAI and paying for usage, or even using Claude Code, etc., and then using something like, I don't know, Stagehand or Browserbase to give it a browser or browser use, then obviously the costs can rack up depending on how hard you're pushing it. But this update from GenSpark, they're allowing you to use local models, which obviously bring that cost way down because it's actually just running on your device. And you can see here, we've got a model selected. This is Qwen 3 4 billion instruct model. But yeah, this is just to highlight that you can do it on device. Next, not next, but we got local on-device models. Browser is basically one of the fastest and free way to use OpenWeight's models locally so you can chat offline and privately. Download genspark.ai/browser for your OS. Click the button on the new tab, on-device free AI. Choose the model you prefer. I recommend Qwen 3 4B Instruct or Gemma 3N 2B. If you have a less powerful laptop, you can start chatting offline. So you can actually pick through a wide range of models. You can see this, how this workflow works here. Okay, just going back. So when you select a model, it looks like it will look at the capabilities of your device, your laptop or your desktop, and it will say this might run slow because this model is 14 gigabytes, for instance. There's 12 recommended models, and you can pick one, download it, and then you can actually use it with this browser. That's cool, actually. That's a really good idea. It's a quick demo like we watched before. But yeah, you can swap them out. You can try them. E-commerce tools. You also have access to many tools on e-commerce sites. Find the cheapest, compare similar products, search for reviews, ask GenSpark whatever you want. This is just kind of demoing a use case. I think this is the browser. It seems similar in setup to Comet, but this assistant is obviously cloud-based, not local, whereas this is Ask GenSpark, and it's got a slide-in tab here, which is then going to allow you to run local models, but with access to the internet. That's cool. Number 3, agentic tasks. You have access to a super agent on any page. For example, on YouTube, you can turn any video into a presentation. GenSpark will understand the content of the video, prepare an outline, write the content for the slides, and design them from A to Z. So this video is looking at a video interview with Sundar, and then it's using the agent to create the deck. So that's great. 18-page deck based off of one video. I think this is sped up slightly, but if you pop it open, you can do this super agent. I'm not sure actually if this one is using a local model or this is just the general GenSpark super agent they have, which has all these additional capabilities that come together to create the super agent. So this feature, I don't think is running using a local model, just to give you the heads up. Okay, automations. You can use GenSpark to browse, use, and analyze any website for you. Example, open the Google News website and check for the latest in video news and pull together the key ones. At the end of its task, the agent even produces a report with all the information you need. GenSpark to browse. I'm not sure this is using, again, we're moved on from the local, using the super agent now. So your queries will be going up into the cloud to GenSpark. But yeah, you can use this to take over your browser and perform tasks for you. Yeah, I like it. Okay, before we jump in, we're going to do I wanted to show you a tool that I've been using a lot recently called Stack AI. But before that, if you are interested in learning any of the tools that I've talked about today or any of the functionality and the things that you can do with AI, I'd love for you to join me inside of the school which you have, which is called shiny.school. Go to shiny.school.start and you can figure out all the things that you can do with AI. We're going to publish a new guide, a new lesson every day. It's going to have clips from each of these live stream shows, and we're going to have regular sessions with experts. They're going to show you exactly what you can do with a variety of different tools according to what you're trying to get done or your job, etc. Actually, you can join completely for free. Now, if you use the code Shiny1000 at checkout, and you get 100% off. Okay, so you can try that out. Okay. There's a tool called Stack AI. You may or may not know what it is. It's basically an enterprise grade AI platform or automation platform or workflow building platform, app building platform that you can use to build apps for your business. This is enterprise grade. So there's none of this kind of hacked together solutions, but I want to show you one workflow that I built with Stack AI and how all the connectors work together. So once you're logged in, you're going to go and you're going to land on this page. It's going to be a Canvas-based tool, and you're going to have a series of menu options on the left-hand side. You're going to have inputs, triggers, URL, audio, and image. Outputs, you're going to have a selection of LLMs, so all your favorite models, including local ones if you want to. You're going to have knowledge bases. You're going to have app connectors. If you're familiar with things like Zapier, this will be second nature to you. You're going to have document readers, logic, utilities, etc., etc. So I wanted to show you exactly how one workflow would work, because this is one I've put together to show off what it can do. So this is a SEC filing, simple step SEC filing, S1 analyst workflow, for instance. So in here, we're going to let the user upload a file to here. We're going to pass that file to a query from OpenAI, and this is the prompt that we've given it. Okay. The prompt is, you are an expert SEC filing analyst. Your task is to segment the uploaded, that's right, report into the following sections and return structured readable summaries for each. New or modified risk factors. Okay. New or modified risk factors clearly highlight anything, and then a summary, an executive compensation rationale. So it splits the whole report into different sections. And then for each section, do this. Give me the key points, brief explanations, and additionally, produce a short due diligence checklist of 10 items for an investor or board should monitor. Okay, so it's going to break this whole report down, and then it's going to come up with a report for us. Now, the prompt is going to be this. Here is the uploaded document for you to process. So we have here, we have the instructions, and then we have the prompt, and you can see the file is being passed into the prompt from our input. Okay, this is where the file comes through. It's going into our input, and then this is going to actually create a report for us. Secondly, we're going to pass that report to Google. We're going to do another AI step, which is going to be an expert evaluator of SEC filing analysis or report. So we've got the report that's been created. We're going to pass it through to an evaluator to check that it all matches up, that the facts are correct. We're actually using another model. So the first one's going to be done by GPT-5 Mini. We're going to pass it through to Google Gemini Pro 2.5 to check. We're going to check for errors, evaluate it, make sure it's good, and then make any updates to it while producing a short due diligence checklist of 10 items. I can't say that, to check if it's good or not. Okay. And the prompt is, here is the analysis of the previous filing. Please check it for accuracy. The analysis is going to be the output from the first step here. So you can do the output, the completion. Then we're going to give it the original filing, and then it can double check its work to make sure it's good. And then the output is going to be this. So I ran this before, so we don't have to wait for it. Well, every time you run it, you're going to get a report, and it's going to look like this. Okay, output, Tesla Inc. Form 10K, fiscal year ending then. And it's going to go through and it's going to produce a really long report on the summary of legal proceedings and all the headings that we gave it in the initial one. Executive compensation, segment performance. And it's going to do that in, I think, just a couple of minutes and give you a 10-item due diligence checklist at the end of it, okay? And that's a simple way that you can design this is actually a GPT wrapper. So if you're building a wrapper, this is one. This is for SEC filing analysis. Now, the good thing with Stack AI, you can actually serve this up in a number of different ways. Now, if you're new to AI, you may be familiar with going to a website, inputting a form or uploading a file to a form and then getting a result back. But in this one, you can actually do things like export it in different ways. So we've exported it here into an app where somebody can upload a document here, and it's going to get the output, and it's available on this URL. Okay, there's a very simple AI app that you can create with its backend in Stack AI, and you know that it's fully compliant, etc., etc. And you can change the allowed source URLs too for a bit of protection. If you wanted to deploy into a different medium, here are all the options you have. You have a chat assistant, which is your traditional chat box. You have a website chatbot to serve it as a pop-up like that. You also have a batch, so you can do batch uploads and then run batches. You've got a Slack app, which you could put it into your work Slack so people can use it in your team. You can deploy it onto Microsoft Teams. You can deploy it to WhatsApp and SMS, a voice assistant. We actually haven't added the right nodes for this. You can also do it via API, via a form, and also, by the way, this is the simple form. Our advanced form was this, where you can do more styling to it, etc., do embeds, and as a Chrome extension. The Chrome extension is crazy. Can you imagine? Okay, so that's an overview of Stack AI. It comes with out-of-the-box analytics. It comes with its manager. It comes with its evaluator too, so you can evaluate the project's results using different models, different providers. You can create an agent to actually evaluate the outputs. And there's one more thing too, which I think is great, is they've actually just released a new feature called Chat with Workflow. Now, this is going to help you make sure your workflow is good enough. So you could say, give me an overview on how this works. You could talk to a specific part of the workflow. So say you weren't really sure about how good this prompt is, or is there anything I can do to make this prompt better? You can ask it that, and it would talk directly with you about your workflow. Okay, so you've got a filing step, you got a report evaluation step, and it's giving me the purpose, what it does, how it works, the data flow diagram, the summary table, etc. And then again, you could say something like, how can I make this better? And it will tell you. It just evaluate it. You could say, let's say, what specific areas? Overall flow more comprehensive. And it will go back. I think, let me just do another one. You could say, how can I make this flow? So here we go. So we'll read this top down. Current workflow overview, the files, the OpenAI, evaluates the output, The strength of your current flow, a double LLM review, which is good, user-friendly output, citations, suggestions for improvement. Add an input node or user prompt for customization. This allows users to specify what they want to focus on, highlight ECG risks, ESG risks, or summarize legal proceedings. That's good. Add an input node. It actually tells you how to do it. Add an input node and reference it in your LLM prompts, e.g. in Zero. Add a template node for enhanced output formatting, right? This means that you could actually specify how you want your output to come. Add a Python node for custom calculations or data extraction. Enable file pre-processing. If you expect scanned PDFs or enable OCR in the files, ensure all text is selected, extracted. Add error handling, expose variables, but kind of you get the idea. You can chat with it like you would your assistant, and you can make all these flows better. So that's it. That is a overview of Stack AI. If you're looking for a robust platform to build your AI rails for your business, enterprise, or product or service, highly recommend it. It's pretty good, very good, and extremely comprehensive. So hope you enjoyed this. Let me just bring it up. And that is pretty much the stream for today. Again, if you want to learn how to use any of these AI tools that we talked about today, we're publishing daily lessons and guides inside of the school. So you can hop there at shiny.school/start, and I will catch you